Everybody, it's Sally here from the Leslie Link. So it's been a while since I've had a video on YouTube. So what I thought I would do is start a new interview series where I was going to interview people from different industries, all related to personal development. So the first person I interviewed was Mary Despe. She's a career influencer based in Hawaii, and she has a fascinating insight to do with soft skills. So over to Mary.
Thanks, Sally. Well, my name is Mary Despe, and I've been a recruiter for about 20 years, and I've seen recruitment work with different companies from a lot of different angles. So I've worked with startups, I've worked with large businesses, multinational businesses, as well as mom and pop organizations, smaller ones. For the last 8 years, I had been running my own recruitment business, which was a sole proprietorship. But lately, within the last few years, I've been focusing more on the advising and just educating job seekers and people who are hiring on best tips and strategies to land, great opportunities.
Excellent. So, as you just explained yourself, so you are in effect a career influencer at the moment, and I believe you'll be making big waves inside the industry at the moment. So that's fantastic. We're so grateful that you've come on the show today to talk a little bit more about what you do. One of the main questions that we get from people is about soft skills, and I just wondered if you could explain a little bit about what are soft skills, and probably in your sort of mind, what would you say is the most important soft skill to have?
Yeah, that's a great question. So when I hear the word soft skills, it means to me that they are skills that are not, taught in school
Okay.
necessarily, like technical skills or specific training, but these are very essential abilities to have, such as communication, working with other people, being able to manage other people, things of that nature.
Okay.
There's a lot to be said about emotional intelligence, and I would
Yeah.
even categorize that in a soft skill, being able to relate and be empathetic with others. Extremely important in the workplace. While there are a lot of important skills that are soft skills in nature, I would say being able to communicate well with different audiences and in different styles is probably the most important way to think in terms of the soft skills. So, this could be anything from, knowing how to give feedback to another person without upsetting them,
Yeah.
or if, say, you're a manager, knowing how to motivate a team or persuade people of your argument, and even just conveying difficult messages. So communication is extremely important.
Okay, it's funny actually when you mentioned it there. You made me think about the sandwich. I don't know if you've ever heard about the sandwich feedback. Do you have the same thing in America there, where
Yeah, I think so.
yeah,
I believe so. Why don't you tell me about it,
yeah,
and,
where
and I'll let
basically
you
you
know if
have
I got it.
you have a point you want to get across. Maybe there's something that's quite negative, but you want to put it across in a nice way. So you'd have something quite positive at first, and then the sort of negative
Mhm.
element, shall we say, in the middle, and then the positive to follow it up. And it's a nice way to get points across. It just made me think about it there when you were talking. So yeah, communication is obviously key, and I
Yeah.
would say definitely that, because I've had a very interesting week when it comes to do with tech. And I always thought I was quite good at tech, but maybe I'm not so good at tech. So yeah, maybe your tech skills aside, having good communication in other ways is a good thing.
Mhm.
So yeah, definitely. So
Absolutely.
as a career influencer, what are the main changes you would say you've noticed this year? Obviously, there's a lot of things been going on with the coronavirus, lots of things going virtual. Is there anything else that sort of springs to mind that's changed?
Yeah, I would say with all the changes from this past year, yeah, certainly going virtual is a big thing that's affected many people, not just in work, but,
Mm,
say if you have a family with young children in school, a lot of places are doing remote teaching.
okay.
However, I would say, despite all these changes, the this year for the job seeker really underscores the importance of having the initiative to be independent and to look after your career. We ask so much out of our job seekers to do all these things. It's not
Mm,
enough to just apply to a position and response back. We're asking people to follow up, to network, to maybe promote their own profile as a career worker a bit better, by
Mm.
establishing, a LinkedIn page and
Yeah.
writing articles and other things and really making it about developing your brand. So, we've asked a lot of job seekers to seek more initiative and, be they're doing a lot of this on their own. Whereas in the past, I think there was a lot more of an interaction or a bit more of an interaction with companies
Yeah.
directly. So that's what I've seen as a trend. And I expect it to continue, just the job seeker being responsible for pushing their career forward, whether they're getting responses from companies or not. And it's one of those things that I've seen.
I think you're right, and definitely LinkedIn, obviously, in the last few years, it's growing so much, and even right down to people using videos as well now, aren't they, to promote themselves on their CV or something.
Absolutely.
It's never used to see that, say, 20 years ago, so that's quite interesting, isn't it? Okay. And
Definitely.
when it comes to sort of moving away a little bit from careers itself, in terms of personal development, do you have any words of wisdom yourself for people in general about personal development? Anything maybe perhaps that you do yourself, or anything that you think our viewers would be interested in?
Yeah, personal development is so important, not just for, your own interests, but also for your career. And honestly, people pursue career or personal development in different ways. And that's the beauty about how it is now, that you can attend a course, you could go back to school for a degree, you could also listen to a lot of audiobooks, attend webinars,
Yeah,
do a certification. I would say, whatever path you choose, like keeping the spirit of curiosity and ongoing learning will always take you far.
yeah,
Because if you think about it, you're learning new things every day, but also when you relate it to your career, usually people who move to that next step of where they want to go, it's not because you've only mastered everything that you've done before. It's because you've shown an interest or a curiosity to do more.
yeah.
So I would say for myself personally, I'm a big fan of audiobooks. Last year alone, I listened to 30 audiobooks.
Wow, it's
This year I've
incredible.
been,
Wow.
yeah, this year I'm off pace a little bit, but I
Off
love it
pace, wow.
because yeah. Well, just because there's so much good learning out there, and
Yes.
for me, I used to spend a lot of time driving in my car when coronavirus wasn't a big issue. So I would spend 45 minutes driving,
Oh,
and it
makes
was just
sense. Yeah.
wonderful. So I would listen to a book and it was delightful. So I think that's why I listen to many. But personally, that's what I do. But I think there are so many different ways that people can advance and learn about different things, and something that you should always have curiosity about.
Yeah, like you said, curiosity is the key. And I must admit,
Mhm.
personally, audiobooks, it's not really something I really got into. I do even remember, funny enough, earlier this year, actually signing up for audiobooks. I can't remember the exact platform. And then nothing
Yeah.
came of it. I don't quite know what happened. But I do some
Yeah,
personal development, there's so
absolutely.
many other things, but it's just something I've never really followed. But it's surprising to know that you actually have done, on an average, 30. It's incredible. Or
Yeah.
more than
Yeah.
normally. Wow. That's quite shocking, but in a good way. In a good way. And in terms of the work that you do yourself and how you can help other people with their careers and recruitment, what sort of courses and things do you offer?
Yeah, well, right now we are rebooting our online career course, which is called the 9 to 5 Makeover. It was a course that I released in 2017, but we're, revamping it a bit. It will be available, I would say mid-December, so very soon from now. And from that, people can learn more about the online course through my website. We do talk about things that are very much, typical topics when it comes to job seekers, but as it is a course that's geared towards people who have been working for a while,
Okay.
there's different things to consider. So a lot of people haven't necessarily looked for a new opportunity, or they haven't really received advice other than when they, graduated university, and that might
Yeah.
have been not too long ago or a while ago. So
Mhm.
things have changed, and what's expected of candidates to promote themselves is far more than a CV or a resume.
Okay. And I
Yeah.
like the name. That's quite cool, huh? 9 to 5 over.
Cool.
It's very,
Yes,
and
yes.
is it just one day, 9 to 5, or is it a week, or is it for weeks or months? How does it work?
Yeah, so it's in 4 modules, and each module has about, 2 to 4 modules, like sub lessons, and they comprise of different videos and then some exercises that you do on your own. There is an opportunity, that we are offering, that you buy the course, you can also gain access to a group, and depending on the level of
Yeah.
membership that you have, you could get more one-on-one assistance from me, or just like a group meeting coaching kind of call where you can ask questions about things. Yeah, so it's interactive, but if you don't want to do group calls, which certainly there are people that don't, you can
Yeah.
just do the online course, and that's fine. So it's really tailored to what you want.
That sounds fantastic, and definitely something. You said it's coming out mid-December, so maybe perfect as a
Yes.
Christmas present for somebody, or
Yes.
if
Or
you're trying.
getting ahead of your goals in the new year, with a
Exactly.
Christmas present of some sort. Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
really good. Okay, well, thank you so much for coming today. We're going to have at the bottom of the video, obviously, your contact details, your website where people can go. So thank you so much for coming, and thank you for everybody for watching and for listening today. And it'd be great if you could hit the subscribe button, and also if you want to have notifications, please press the bell. Thank you so much, everybody, and take care. Bye then. Thanks, Mary. See you. Bye.
Thanks. Bye.